Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about some problems regarding to the motion in a straight line chapter. Okay. In this class, we continued the last session. First problem is the coordinates of moving particle. The coordinates of a moving particle. Coordinates of a moving particle at any time are given as x is equal to at square and y is equal to dt square. The speed of the particle at any moment is option A 2t into a plus b, option B 2t square root of a square minus b square, option C t square root of a square plus b square, option D 2t square root of a square plus b square. Okay, here the coordinates of the moving particle at any instant of time are given. X is equal to at square. Along x axis, the distance traveled along x axis is at square. Along y axis, the distance traveled by the particle is bt square. And here the distances are as a function of time. X is also a distance and y is also a distance. But x is a distance along x axis and y is a distance along y axis. But both are as a function of time. Then speed of the particle at any moment is equal to question mark. Speed of the particle v is equal to question mark. Okay. Here along x axis, speed of the particle along x axis is vx. Speed of the particle along x axis is vx. Vx is equal to dx divided by dt. Vx is equal to dx divided by dt, where x is the distance traveled by the particle along x axis. Therefore, differentiation of x with respect to time gives velocity along x axis. Similarly, velocity of the particle along y axis can be written as dy divided by dt. Differentiation of the distance along y axis gives velocity of the particle along y axis. Therefore, the speed of the particle at any moment of v magnitude of this velocity v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square gives the magnitude of velocity of the particle at any instant of time. Okay. First we have to calculate vx. Vx is equal to d by dt of x. X value is given. D by dt of x value is at square. Here a is constant. Variable term is time t. Therefore, take outside from this derivative. A into d by dt of t square. We know that dy by dx or y is equal to x to the power of n. Say general equation d by dx of x to the power of n can be written as n into x to the power of n minus 1. n into x to the power of n minus 1. For example, here x is there, here x is there. d by dx is the one term, derivative term, and x is the variable term. We have to differentiate x to the power of n. Therefore, d by dx is equal to n x to the power of n minus 1. If they ask x to the power of 2, d by dx of x to the power of 2, here n is equal to 2. Apply to this formula, n is equal to 2 into x to the power of 2 minus 1, that is equal to 2 into x to the power of 1. Put x to the n is equal to 3 x cube. d by dx of x cube is equal to 3 x to the power of 3 minus 1. n x to the power of n minus 1, n is equal to 3 n x to the power of n minus 1, that is equal to 3x square. Similarly, d by dx of x to the power of 1, n is equal to 4x 4 minus 1, n x to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 4x cube. In this way, we differentiate x to the power of n, x to the power of n. Therefore, how to differentiate dt divided by dt square divided by dt. Here a is constant, therefore differentiation of t square is 2t. Differentiation of t square is 2t, that is equal to 2at. dx is equal to 2at. dy is equal to d by dt of y, that is equal to d by dt of y value is bt square. Therefore, similarly, 2 times of bt is the vy value. Therefore, magnitude of velocity v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square, that is equal to vx value is 2at whole square plus 2bt whole square. Here 2t square and 2t square is common, take outside. It comes outside from the square root, it becomes 2t. It becomes 2t into remaining terms are a square plus b square, Therefore, 2t into square root of a square plus b square is the correct answer. Option D is correct. Okay. Next problem. A stone falls from rest. The total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion is equal to distance covered in first 3 seconds of its motion. How long does stone remains in air? A stone falls from rest. The total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion is equal to the distance covered in first 3 seconds. The distance covered in first 3 seconds. How long does the ball remains in air? How long does the ball or stone? How long does the stone remains in air? Okay. Here, a stone falls from rest. The total distance covered by it in the last second. Total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion is distance covered in the first 3 seconds. Total distance covered by it in the last second is h nth second. Total distance covered by the body in last second is equal to what is the formula? The distance covered in the nth second, that is u plus g by 2 into 2n minus 1. This distance covered, total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion is equal to distance covered in first 3 seconds. Distance covered in first 3 seconds, S3 is equal to ut plus half of gt square. Therefore, h nth is equal to S3. According to the condition, h nth is equal to S3. Therefore, the stone falls from rest means u is equal to 0. The stone falls from rest means u is equal to 0. Total distance covered by it in the last second of its motion is equal to what? Distance covered in first 3 seconds. So therefore, h is equal to S3 is the condition. First we calculate S3. S3 is equal to here t is equal to how much? 3 seconds. T is equal to 3 seconds and u is equal to 0 because initially the ball is at rest. The stone is at rest. Therefore, S3 is equal to ut becomes 0 plus 1 by 2 g is taken as 10 into 3 square. 2 ones are 2 5s. Therefore, 5 into 9 is equal to 45 meter. S3 is equal to 45 meter. Similarly, the total distance traveled in the last second of its motion is written as h nth is equal to u is 0, g by 2 times of 2n minus 1. Here h nth is equal to S3 is equal to 45 is equal to 10 divided by 2 into 2n minus 1. 2 ones are 2 5s, 5 ones are 5 9s. Therefore, 9 is equal to 2n minus 1. 1 goes to left hand side. 2n is equal to 10. N is equal to 5 seconds. Therefore, options are A is equal to 6. Option A is equal to 6 seconds. Option B is equal to 7 seconds. Option C is equal to 4 seconds. Option D is equal to 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the answer. N is equal to 5 seconds. Similarly, next question. A stone is dropped into water. A stone is dropped into water from a bridge 44.1 meter above the water. Another stone is thrown vertically downwards water simultaneously. Simultaneously. What is the initial speed of the second stone? What is the initial speed of the second stone? Second stone. Option A, 12.25 meter per second. 12.25 meter per second. Option B, 14.75 meter per second. Option C, 16.23 meter per second. Option D, 17.15 meter per second. Meter per second. Okay. See the question. A stone is dropped into water. A stone is dropped into water from a bridge of height 44.1 meter above the water level. Therefore, another stone is thrown vertically downwards 1 second later. Imagine this is a bridge. This is a bridge and this one is a lake. Imagine lake. Here water is there. You stand on the bridge and throw a stone or drops. Drops means initial velocity of the stone is 0. A stone is dropped means initial velocity is equal to 0. U is equal to 0. This is first stone. Okay. A first stone is dropped into the water. This is water surface. Into the water. The bridge is at a height h is equal to 44.1 meter above the water. Another stone is thrown into a water with velocity. Thrown means it has some velocity, initial velocity. Throw means it has some initial velocity. U not equal to 0. U not equal to 0 for second stone. For first stone, U is equal to 0 because the stone is dropped. But for second stone, initial velocity is not 0 because the stone is thrown vertically downward direction. Therefore, U not equal to 0 for second stone. Therefore, we have to calculate what is the initial speed of the second stone when both the stones strikes the water simultaneously, but the second stone is dropped after 1 second later. Compared to the first stone. How to calculate? For first stone reach the water. H is equal to, what is the time taken to reach the water? We know that H is equal to ut plus half gt square. Here u is equal to 0 for first stone. U is equal to 0 for first stone. Therefore, H is equal to 1 by 2 times of gt square. 2h divided by g is equal to t square. T is equal to square root of 2h divided by g. Time taken by the first stone to reach the water is t is equal to 2h divided by g. Substitute the value of h and g. Therefore, t is equal to square root of 2 into 44.1 meter divided by 10. 2 ones are 2 5s are. T is equal to how much? T is equal to 3 seconds. the time taken by the first stone to reach the ground, to reach the water is 3 seconds. After 1 second, sir, when we drop the first stone, after 1 second, the second stone is thrown vertically downwards. Okay, but time taken by the first stone to reach the water level is 3 seconds. But time taken by the second stone to reach the water level is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Here the condition is there. Another stone is thrown vertically downwards 1 second later. Time taken by the first stone to reach the ground, to reach the water level is 3 seconds. After 1 second means 2 seconds. 2 seconds, second stone reach the ground. Second stone reach the ground. For example, now I drop the first stone. After 1 second, I throw the second stone. This is first and second. The time taken by the second stone is 3 seconds. The time taken by the first stone to reach the water is 3 seconds. But the time taken by the second stone to reach the water is 2 seconds. Therefore, now calculate what is the initial velocity of the second stone. We know that S is equal to ut plus half gt square. H is equal to, we already know, 44.1 is equal to u value we don't know, u into t value. Time taken for second stone is 2 seconds plus half into 10 into 2 square. 2 ones are 2 fives are. Therefore 44.1 is equal to 2u plus 5 into 4 is equal to 20. This becomes 20. 44.1, this 20 comes to left hand side. 44.1 minus 20 is equal to 2u. U is equal to 44.20 divided by 44.1 minus 20 divided by 2. U is equal to how much? U is equal to 12.25 meter per second. 12.25 meter per second. The initial velocity of the second stone is 12.25 meter per second. 12.25 meter per second. Okay. This is very important problems regarding to the class 11 motionless straight line chapter. Okay. Next question. Write down the question. A man drops a ball downside. A man drops a ball downside from the roof of the tower, of height 400 meters, full stop. At the same time, another ball is thrown upside with a velocity 50 meter per second, full stop. From the surface of the tower, 50 meter per second from the surface of the tower. Then they will meet at which height? From the surface of the tower. Once again I repeat the question. This is for a homework question. A man drops a ball downside from the roof of the tower of height 400 meters. At the same time, another ball is thrown upside with a velocity 50 meter per second from the surface of the tower. They will meet at which height? From the surface of the tower. Option A, 100 meters. Option A, 100 meters. Option B, 320 meters. Option C, 80 meters. Option D, 240 meters. Okay. One ball is dropped from the tower, another ball is thrown upward direction from the surface of the earth. They will meet at a point H. They will meet at a point P. It is at a distance H from the surface of the tower. From the surface of the tower. From the top of the tower, this is a tower. A ball is dropped from the tower, and another ball is thrown upward direction from the surface of the tower. They will meet at point P. The point P is at a distance H from the top of the tower. And what about the total? This is H1. We call it as H1. Total height of the tower is H. Total height of the tower is H. What about this distance? This distance is H minus H1, and this distance is H1. We have to calculate H1 is equal to question mark. H1 is equal to question mark. Okay. There are 4 options are there. Work out in home. Which one is correct answer? Find out. Okay. Thank you, students. In the next class, we start the next chapter, laws of motion. Okay. Thank you, students.